Coming up next on Middle Tennessee News, multiple customers at one Kroger fell ill in Rutherford County, and one beloved country music star suffered from a tragic accident while on set for his music video, and Jonas Sage will keep us updated on those Lady Raiders. All those stories plus your latest weather. Middle Tennessee News starts right now. Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm Lauren Davis. Welcome to Middle Tennessee News. A mysterious illness came and went at the Kroger on Las Casas Pike Wednesday night. Murfreesboro Fire and Rescue Department worked with Kroger management to try and figure out what was going on. 12 people on site complained of shortness of breath, nausea, headaches, and irritated throats and eyes. At least 3 other people who had already left complained about the same problems. The Hazardous Materials Response Team surveyed the store but couldn't find anything unusual. The people's symptoms got better over time, and Kroger since has been cleared to reopen. Battalion Chief Joe Bill says that he plans to watch in-store surveillance footage to rule out any foul play. Well, an accident on set cost the life of a beloved star. Country singer Justin Carter has died after a reported accidental shooting while filming a music video. The up-and-coming artist was 35 years old. His mother says that a gun in her son's pocket accidentally fired, striking Carter's face. The gun was a prop for his new music video, He leaves behind his 2 daughters, and his family has set up a PayPal to help cover funeral and burial costs. Well, quick joyride turned deadly in Mount Juliet last night. A 17-year-old sits in jail after crashing a stolen car from Nashville into a utility pole. He was trying to speed away from an officer when he went off the road and crashed. The teen pled guilty to felony evading, reckless endangerment, and theft over $1,000. Well, nobody enjoys traffic nor construction sites, but if it will help enhance the experience of daily commuters, it's bound to pay off in the future. Sergio Paccio reports on the construction site that seems like it's taking years to finish.
It's been about 3 years since construction on Middle Tennessee Boulevard started. And by the looks of it, it still seems like there's no end to it. Whether you're walking or driving through here, you'll notice all the material laid out on sidewalks or even driveways. The construction began December of 2016, but because of some delays, it kept being pushed back. Hope says traffic hasn't changed for the better, and at times it can be frustrating for students.
The traffic has just been getting worse, and yeah, I don't know. People have been struggling getting to class on time. Hopefully this construction only lasts until next year, but I don't know at this point.
Before the construction began, people were advised to find other routes in order to avoid the traffic.
If you don't like the traffic for the construction, we would love for you to go a different way for this time frame.
The construction takes place only during the daytime, when most students are either in class or are on their way to class. But for students like Misty, having classes in the Ellington Human Science Building is a hassle.
These constructions on the side of the roads don't really conflict with my schedule, but the ones in front of the EHS building definitely does, because I have to drive around that and find parking. And they usually do construction on the road like right in front of the building, so I have to go around it. But if you're looking to be on time on class, then I recommend you just leave a couple minutes early if you know there's construction going on.
Things that had been added include a pull-in area for buses, pedestrian crossings with signals, and defined major entry points onto campus. In Murfreesboro, Sergio Pacheco, Middle Tennessee News.
The federal government, the city of Murfreesboro, and MTSU contributed to the road improvement project. The total cost of this project is over $18 million. Well, pedestrian safety is priority for Governor Bill Lee. Murfreesboro City Council approved Neal Schaeford Incorporated Thursday to construct sidewalks along Berkery Boulevard. According to the Governor's Highway Safety Association, 2018 marked the highest number of roadway deaths in 28 years. In efforts to make the busy roads safer for pedestrians, the city will provide over $200,000 in professional consulting contracts for this project. The sidewalk construction project includes 1.4 miles of 5-foot minimum sidewalks, pedestrian crosswalks on both sides of the route, installation of crossing push buttons, and more. Well, definitely with this beautiful spring weather, I always feel like I can go out for a walk. Joseph Choi joins us now in the studio to kind of give what's going on right now for the local weather. Joseph, is this beautiful weather going to stay for the night or is it going to leave?
Well, Lauren, today we should expect clear skies all the way through tomorrow. We'll have a high of 64 today with a low of 33 tonight. So you may get some frost tomorrow morning, nothing too severe. We should expect some cloud coverage on Sunday, but nothing to suggest any rain or anything that'll get in your day.
All right, well, thank you so much, Joseph. Well, still ahead on Middle Tennessee News, one local hotspot is closing its doors for good. And if you're looking to study something new, MTSU is offering a brand new degree. We'll tell you what that degree program is coming up next.
Sculpting the perfect body takes time. Quitting smoking does too. But with a little help, you can do it. Get the resources and support you need to quit smoking from the American Cancer Society at cancer.org/smokeout.
Hannah is bright, talented, and she's been so brave. Hannah complained of a headache. It was a rhabdomyosarcoma. Within a few days, Hannah was in treatment because we were told that the tumor was very aggressive. So we've essentially put our lives in South Africa on hold. Incredibly blessed to be here. St. Jude is an asset to the world. The research that is developed here is offered freely to the rest of the medical world. The entire way that the place operates is just to give and to care. I think it's the kind of place that not only stands as a beacon for pediatric cancer, but I think it could teach the world a couple of lessons about how to treat people. And I think if those lessons could be learned, even in their most basic form, this world could be a better place.
Repeat after me. Apple, table, penny.
Apple, bread.
I remember watching Dad with the kids and thinking, geez, in 6 years, will he even know who they are?
Ask me again.
1 in 10 Americans over 65 has Alzheimer's disease. Learn more today at brightfocus.org.
What does it look like when a life is truly changed?
I feel a sense of accomplishment because I built a house. This house has brought us financial independence.
Every family dreams to have their own house. This house changed our lives.
Habitat for Humanity is at work in your community and around the world. Through shelter, we empower.
Well, Murfreesboro is quickly changing, and so are the restaurants. DZ's Hot Chicken will be closing its doors on March 30th. Their brick-and-mortar location will be a thing of the past. DZ's Hot Chicken has been around for 4 years. The restaurant was Murfreesboro's first hot chicken location, but don't worry though, DZ's will still be operating out of their food truck. But don't worry, hot chicken lovers, there's a special event coming up just for you. The Rutherford County Hot Chicken and Art Show was created to bring more diverse events to Murfreesboro. Celebrity guests like Big V and Nappy Roots will be there, as well as artists from several different states, and of course, chicken. Helen's Hot Chicken, Big Shake's Hot Chicken and Fish, Red's 615 food truck, and more restaurants will compete for the title of the Hot Chicken Boss. It's all happening April 12th. For more information can be found on one of the event's official websites. Well, it's estimated about 100 people come to Middle Tennessee every single day. They come for well-paying jobs and the exciting culture, but one aspect of our housing legislation may actually be keeping people from moving here. Studio M reporter Joseph Choi spoke with an associate professor of construction management, Dwayne Van Hook, about a push for new laws to change that.
homestead exemptions, they protect a certain amount of value of a home from property taxes and creditors in the case of bankruptcy or death. They're designed to protect against the forced sale of property and can be very attractive to prospective homeowners. Nearly all states have them, but Tennessee's current exemption may not be all that enticing.
They can take everything that you have, including your home, and you only have $7,500. For someone who has some severe issues and everything they own is in their home, and what they don't have pledged at that point, they'll need to start over again.
Tennessee's homestead exemption was first established in 1852 at $500. It was last raised in 1980 to a maximum of $7,500. Tennessee residents are limited to state exemptions, and there have been concerns that they have not kept up with inflation rates.
We're trying to raise that to $1 million limitation, because if somebody's got a family farm, $7,500 won't even come to light bill.
$1 million is a lot to exempt from paying taxes on, but states such as Florida and Texas have an unlimited homestead exemption. With property values continuing to rise and new residents coming in every day, the current legislation may need updating in the near future. For Studio M, I'm Joseph Choi.
Now, Tennessee's current homestead law ranks among the lowest afforded to residents limited to only state exemptions. There have been numerous attempts in the past to change this, but progress has been slow to start. While large corporations like Amazon attracting new workers, legislators are hoping to update and improve the housing infrastructure to accommodate Tennessee's growing population. Well, American rock band Young the Giant was announced Thursday to be headliners in MTSU's annual spring concert. Each year, the campus showcases artists free of charge for currently enrolled students. According to the director of Murphy Center, Daryl Tao, last year's concert hosted 5,000 students. Songs by the California-based rock group include hits like Cough Syrup, My Body, and their newest song, Superposition. The concert will be held on April 18th. Well, MTSU is offering the first degree of its kind in Middle Tennessee. Nashville is quickly becoming one of the hottest tourism destinations. In order to help with the flow, President McPhee announced that MTSU will be adding a bachelor's degree program. This degree is called Tourism and Hospitality Management and will be offered starting in the fall. The major designed to prepare students for careers in catering, entertainment, concerts and festivals, travel, transportation, and more. Well, I definitely know that tourism degree is going to come in handy, especially with this beautiful weather that's been going on over the week. Joseph Choi joins us now to give us a live look at the radar and see if that is going to be taken away from us anytime soon. Joseph?
Thanks, Lauren. So this weekend, we should expect clear skies through Saturday. On Sunday, we will get some cloud cover. And on Monday, we may get some thunderstorms, more than likely. And on Tuesday, that should clear up, but there will be a slight dip in temperature. Don't worry, that will rise back up to the 60s all throughout the week. So get your bikes out and out the garage, and spring has definitely sprung.
Well, thank you so much. After the break, we'll get a little bit more in-depth look of what the weekend's going to look like. And Joseph Choi will join us again. That's coming up next on Middle Tennessee News.
Turn off your lights for Earth Hour. For our forests, our rivers, our oceans, our wildlife, and for our climate. For our Earth. Earth Hour, March 30th, 2019.
Your zip code. Just one number different, and you might have a whole other life. Different school, different job, different dreams, different problems. In America, the zip code you're born in can determine your future. The Y works to change that, with programs and services that help everyone thrive, no matter who you are or where you're from. For a better us, support your local Y today.
Breast cancer kills more than 41,000 people each year in the U.S. alone. That's unacceptable. That's why by 2026, Susan G. Komen will cut the number of breast cancer deaths in half. We'll get there by helping those who can't pay for treatments, by funding breakthroughs in research that save lives, by ensuring that all people receive the care they need. We'll get there, but only with your help. So, are you in?
My mother used to say a long time ago, whenever there would be any catastrophe that was on the air, she would say, always look for the helpers. Because if you look for the helpers, you'll know that there's hope.
Hi, I'm Joseph Choi with the weather. Now, you may have noticed that the weather today has been pretty great. We have clear skies, high of 60s, and you're in luck because it will continue on until Saturday. Now, on Saturday night, we will get a low of 30s, and we will get some cloud cover. Don't worry, we probably won't get any rain on Saturday night. However, on Sunday, we will get some cloud cover and a slight chance of rain. Now, on Monday, we will more than likely have some thunderstorms. They will probably last all throughout the afternoon and taper off in the evening. On Tuesday night, we are expected to clear up by Tuesday evening, and then all throughout next week, we should see clear skies and warmer weather. Back to you, Lauren.
Well, thank you so much, Joseph. I know I personally love some cold weather, and the rain seems like it's going to be a good chance for things to stop blooming, so my nose won't be all stuffy. But still ahead on Middle Tennessee's Don't Go Away, Jonas will join us in the studio to talk about how those Lady Raiders are doing, and we'll be sure to update you on why you should give your furry little friend a little love over the weekend. Still ahead, coming up.
Turn off your lights for Earth Hour. For our forests, our rivers, our oceans, our wildlife, and for our climate. For our Earth. Earth Hour, March 30th, 2019.
Your zip code. Just one number different, and you might have a whole other life. Different school, different job, different dreams, different problems. In America, the zip code you're born in can determine your future. The Y works to change that, with programs and services that help everyone thrive, no matter who you are or where you're from. For a better us, support your local Y today.
Breast cancer kills more than 41,000 people each year in the U.S. alone. That's unacceptable. That's why by 2026, Susan G. Komen will cut the number of breast cancer deaths in half. We'll get there by helping those who can't pay for treatments, by funding breakthroughs in research that save lives, by ensuring that all people receive the care they need. We'll get there, but only with your help. So, are you in?
My mother used to say a long time ago, whenever there would be any catastrophe that was on the air, she would say, always look for the helpers. Because if you look for the helpers, you'll know that there's hope.
Well, as much as I hate to say this, I have been keeping up more with the weather rather than the Lady Raiders going on. But Jonas joins us here in the studio, and what I've heard, Jonas, that the Lady Raiders are in the postseason play. Can you explain a little bit more about what that means? Because I truly don't know.
That's right, Lauren. The Lady Raiders were 1 win away against Rice in the Conference USA tournament to get to the big dance, but they're still making the most from their WNIT trip. MTSU took on IUPUI last night at home in the Murphy Center. It was a tight game in the first half, with both teams struggling to shoot the ball. MT only made 33% of their shots, while the Jaguars shot a measly 25%. Things would get a lot smoother in the second half, thanks in part to a dominant Taylor Sutton. Freshman had 10 points and made 2 threes in the process. Alex Johnson also played her role as usual, also getting 10 points en route to a 59-47 win. The Lady Raiders will get to move on to the second round to face Ohio University this Sunday. And on the men's side of the bracket, Belmont is looking to add to their already amazing season as they took on 6th-seeded Maryland in the round of 64. It looked like the Bruins were going to continue to go dancing as Dylan Windler was shooting lights out. He dropped 15 points in the first half alone, including 4 threes on just 7 attempts. Belmont held a 40-34 advantage at the end of the first, largely due to limiting Maryland to under 19% from deep. In the second half, Bruno Fernando took over for the Terps. The Wilder continued his dominance in the second half, however, adding another 20 points for a 35-point game. However, the length and offensive rebounding of Maryland forced the game down to the last play. Murphy Grayson tries to get the backdoor cut in, couldn't get it in, and they fall against Maryland 70-69. On the other side of the OVC, Murray State, the team who beat Belmont, is another potential Cinderella team. They went ahead against a potential shooting matchup in 5-seeded Marquette. For the Racers, they've never seen a talent quite like Ja Morant, and he was finally able to showcase it to the nation. The sophomore and projected top 5 pick went off for a triple-double. That's right, 19 points, 11 rebounds, and 16 assists. Marquette as a team only had 6 assists combined. To all those who saw this as a 12-5 upset, well, you got your pick's worth. Murray State never let off the gas, going up 42-35 at half and not stopping in the second, surprisingly cruising to a 83-64 win. Marquette only managed to shoot 34% from the field, while the Racers shot for over 50%. Murray State now gets to move on to the round of 32 to play 4-seeded Florida State and a chance at the Sweet 16. And now over to MT softball as they geared up for a 1-game trip to Maine before starting their first home Conference USA series. Middle Tennessee got on the board early with a single by Lonnie Rodriguez to bring home Sydney Heath. That would be the only run for the Lady Raiders, though. Maine's Lily Volk shined on the mound, allowing only 6 hits and striking out 2. Kaylee Ahlstrom did her part as well, going the full 7 innings and only allowing 3 hits and striking out 6. Unfortunately, Maine did just enough damage in the third, thanks to a couple of sacrifice plays. Lady Raiders ended up just short against the Black Bears in this one, 2-1. MT will take a day off before heading into their Conference USA home opening stand against FIU. And I talked about it a little bit earlier. Ja Morant, one of the most exciting players in the NCAA tournament. He's also been a projected top pick, as we'll look here at the stock for some of the top places that he might go. For CBS Sports, they've got him 3rd overall. Bleacher Report and Tankathon, however, they've got him 2nd overall. The sophomore from Murray State, just behind Zion Williamson. They're thinking either the Suns or Knicks are going to take him. No Murray State player has been drafted in the first round. The last player to be drafted for Murray State just last year, Jonathan Stark, he was a late 2nd-round pick. Some exciting times for Ja Morant as he finally gets to display his talent on the stage. Lauren?
Well, thank you so much, Jonas. I always look forward to your segment because I feel like I know what's going on when I sit at the dinner table with my dad. I feel a little bit smarter at the end of the day. Well, now let's end the day by spreading some love, some puppy love. Tomorrow marks the 13th annual National Puppy Day. The ASPCA says that about 3 million puppies are adopted every year. You can celebrate by donating to an animal shelter and, of course, treating your own pup as well. Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening for Middle Tennessee News. I'm Lauren Davis. And if you missed any of our newscasts, you can go to our website at middletennesseenews.com. I hope to see you next week.